Welcome back to Origami Snowman. Boy, you guys. I just I just did the Hello Neighbor video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But it left me with some icky feelings, and I'd like to talk today about icky feelings. They're normal. It's totally normal to feel icky. We all feel icky from time to time, and you know we don't want to feel icky. And when people find out that you're feeling icky, they always have advice or encouragement. Some people, they just they're so sick and tired of words like depression and anxiety getting bandied about all of a sudden because, you know, we didn't talk about that kind of thing once upon a time, and so they didn't know it was a thing. I mean, did it just happen all of a sudden? Is it like autism that just, is it all these new, fancy vaccines that are causing people to be anxious and depressed? No, vaccines, they don't cause anxiety, they don't cause depression, and they don't cause autism. Anybody telling you otherwise, they just pry them away from their Fox News. So here's the thing about depression. It sucks, and it looks different for everybody. You might think depression is, just putting on your bathrobe and curling up on the bathroom floor and crying for days. And sometimes that's what it looks like. The reason we have that idea in our head is because once upon a time, when I was younger, that was the most electric way to present it. That was the most dramatic presentation. It was it was a way to say, hey, look, here's a problem, without making people wonder, do I have that problem? Because when you're trying to entertain someone, the last thing that you want to do is make them think about their problems. So you present a very relatable, very real problem in a way that is maybe not relatable, so that your audience looks at it and they go, "Puh, at least I don't have it as bad as that lady." You know what I mean? And no shade to the filmmakers or the writers of TV series back in the day. They didn't really understand the implications of what they were doing. They didn't understand that they were going to be influencing an entire generation, and defining their understanding of a very real mental health crisis. If they had known, I'm sure they would have been a little bit more, you know, tender with the subject matter. But, depression looks very different for different people. So much so that you might not even realize that's what you have. Now, there are different levels. Some depression is absolutely crippling. It literally will ruin your life. Whereas other forms of depression, they- it's like a lingering odor that only you're aware of. You can live your life. It's just much less pleasant because of this thing that you're able to live with and hide, and you're able to cope with, but it just makes everything so much less of everything. I've heard depression described as having the volume turned down on your life, where nothing is as much as it could be. Food doesn't taste as good. Like, movies aren't fun anymore. Your favorite shows just don't do it for you. You know, that is one way that depression can manifest. That's one of the symptoms. One other way that it manifests, for me at least, is becoming slightly obsessive over seemingly silly little things. Like, for example, a golf game on your phone. So, sometimes, that can be the case. If you find yourself obsessed with a thing that you know in the back of your mind that you could walk away from at any second, that could very well be a symptom of depression. It's a nice, simple, easy thing. You can just turn to it, and it doesn't require any commitment. It doesn't require any effort. It's a no brainer. You don't have to think. You just do it, and it's easy, and it's always there. It's the same mindset of like, these people who eat exactly the same meals every single day, or they have, a Monday shirt, a Tuesday shirt, a Wednesday shirt. You know what I mean? Like, you take all the decision making out of the equation so that you can function, so you can get through the day, so you can, just, you don't have as much responsibility. And those are little things, but if you're if you're an adult, you know exactly what I mean when I say, that choosing a meal is sometimes the most frustrating and upsetting part of your day, except for this whole that I do not think I'm going to be able to get over. Nope, nope. Oh my. You remember when I said this game is easy and it's a no brainer and it doesn't, nope. This right now is very frustrating, but yeah. So if you're wondering why is Matt keep making these videos like nobody's watching them, it's pointless. Like, do something else, something interesting. I used to have a YouTube channel where I did skits. I had a whole bag of wigs. Somebody was like, "Why do you have a bag of wigs?" And that's a weird question, but I had a good reason. No, I'm not a spy. I just used to make YouTube videos where I would, do silly, fun, dumb things. Those videos, people were like, "Okay, Matt's trying to be funny." Okay. But now it seems I'm trying to look at this from an outside perspective. I'm trying to imagine my Instagram feed because that is the only place I promote these videos. They're just my Instagram feed is just these thumbnails. All of these just a depressing collection of origami, snowman, desert golf thumbnails. There's so many of them, you guys. And I'm fairly certain that most of the people who follow me on Instagram have muted me or hidden me outright because they just can't take it anymore. And I'm assuming that from an outside perspective, this looks very, very sad and very pathetic. Because we're in this culture where we have this mindset that you have to try to wring the absolute most water out of every sponge that you pick up. Every single thing that you do in your life, it has to achieve some level of success. Otherwise, you need to let it go. I I don't I don't believe that at all. Or rather, I have a very different understanding, a very different standard of success. Yeah, how great would it be if this was something that helped me pay my bills? That'd be that'd be so awesome. But that's not what I consider the only form of success. My Hello Neighbor video, I mean, last I checked, it had one view. And I mean, I know I only uploaded it like a few minutes ago, but it had one view and it had one like. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that one like. That one that is my standard for success. That whether it gets any more views or any more likes, that video, in my opinion, was a successful video. That one like did an awful lot to cheer me up. I'm not saying it yanked me out of this, depression. This is pretty sure it's seasonal depression, but it could just be because I'm old enough to know that the world is not in a great place right now. Not enough adults are making enough mature decisions, and it's setting a very bad example for the youth of the world who will very shortly be taking over. And look who they have to turn to for role models. We get just I'm not naming names, but they're bad people and they have all the money. So I just think that if you adjust your standard, instead of being like, oh yeah, this video has to get 10,000 views in the first 24 hours or it's a failure. Well, that's fine. That's your brand of success. If I'm not able to buy a brand new house with my proceeds from YouTube, then I'm a failure. Okay, that's your brand of success. But one person liked my video, and that made me very happy. Temporarily, but still, that is such a great, I think, metric for success. I'm not a do what makes you happy kind of guy, because a lot of people have a lot of weird fixations and awful things make them happy. And they end up hurting a lot of people just because they feel like it. So I'm not a do what makes you feel good guy, but if something harmless brings you peace, then I say pursue it. There are too many people telling us that the things we love and the things that we value are unlovable and unvaluable. And they don't get to do that, you guys. They absolutely don't get to do that. You get to decide the things that you value. If you look at people who collect things, you can literally fill in any blank you choose. Funko Pops or books or, crystals. Some people collect gems and crystals. Whatever you deem important, pursue it. As long as you're not hurting someone. That's important, by the way, because you can't put more value on what you want than on the safety and the peace and the well-being of another person. That's not okay. And I think part of what has me so bummed out so frequently is that people have just stopped caring about each other. We like to put people in little boxes because those little boxes are so easy to ignore. Political boxes, religious boxes, racial boxes, gender boxes. It's not fair to anyone. It's not fair to the people in the box. It's not fair to the people packing the box. It's not fair. Because here's the thing, man. Every box has some amazing people in it. And you'll never know that. Because once you put someone in the box, you never let them out. And you'll never take the time to get to know these people. And they're still in your life. You just don't appreciate them. And how amazing would it be if all of our lives were filled with people we appreciated? And that's on you to let people be appreciated, like by you. You're the one withholding all of that love. There's no other way to say it. But if you think, oh, the world's full of unlovable people, that is not true. You are just withholding love. And can I tell you something? You're not gonna run out. That is not a finite resource. You can love as many people as you want. And I'm telling you, you just keep racking up those loved ones and your life gets so much better. However, you still have to deal with things like anxiety and with depression. And there's no tried and true method of dealing with those things. Sometimes it's as complicated as medication and therapy, and maybe cutting certain people out of your life. And sometimes it's as simple as finding some dumb video game on your phone that just helps you get through that time. some days I can't face people. The kids on my bus are amazing. The people in my family are amazing. I have a few friends who I see, and they're amazing. But sometimes I can't put myself out in the world where people insist on giving me their problems. I can't do that, and I'm sorry. But what I can do is come home and I can sit in my safe big orange chair and I can play this stupid game on my phone and I can talk to you guys who right now you're Schrodinger's audience. You maybe exist, maybe you don't. I won't know until I upload the video. But I have to proceed as though there's at least one of you. Whoa, there we go, watching this video. And if there is, and you like it, even if you don't click the like button, if you feel some sense of relief that, hey, you know what? I feel the same way. And, that idea that we're not alone in our pain, if that helps you, then that is success. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys are feeling empowered by your life, empowered by your decisions. I hope you guys find a thing that you love and you continue to love it in spite of what other people say, because I love you guys and I think you're all amazing and wonderful, and I hope you come back for the next video. Thank you so much. Goodbye.